Okay, we're live. The crowd is getting nervous. The crowd is out of control. Sergio's stuck in traffic. No, I'm not. Chris actually is having some issues, but with his camera. And Chris is back, so he's going to be showing up in a minute or two, and our show is ready. In fact, uh, look at this list. We'll have 12 topics to talk about. There's a teaser for you guys. But Chris will run through it when he gets back. That's the show. Stick around. Couple of bombshell. Well, one definite bombshell. You guys remember last week on Ask Me Anything episode? I asked your email and phone numbers to be sent to me. Much appreciated. About a dozen of you did, and I responded to each one. You guys are going to get a taste of it, and then I'm going to follow up with a phone call next week. And yeah, so anyway, stay tuned for that. What's going on? How was everybody's weekend? LA is dead. It's hot. But Chris should be joining us shortly. I was saying, somebody said buy lotto tickets. I go, no, definitely don't buy lotto tickets. Learn how to invest your money, number one. Number two, how many of you bought Lyft stock? You guys know what's going on with earnings, right? If you can't beat them, you join them. And how many of you bought Lyft stock at 14.5? I said it 2 weeks in a row. I bought it at 14.5. And I don't know where it's at. Where is it at? 17.5? Let's see. Let's see where it's at. Lyft 17.54. 3 points. What's 3 points on 14.5? 20%. In less than a month. Where are you going to get that? In what world? So learn how to invest, folks. Stop this rat race with your Uber Lyft bullshit. It's all bullshit. Anyway, so hot and dead, you said it. Yeah, man, it's hot. It's hot. LA is, yeah, I don't know. LA is pretty slow. 17, 20, 51 after hours. Yeah. Hey, everybody's here? Okay. Let's go through the list anyway. Let's do that until Chris shows up. Okay, so the topics are, finally, California drivers are able to unionize. You guys know that? You guys know how many California drivers there are? About 800,000 combined gig workers. Well, that's coming down. Waymo shut down in Los Angeles. Yeah, we'll find out about that. So why do some of you, and I don't wish it on anyone, but we know we have asshole riders. Why do drivers get 1-star ratings? Why do you think a customer or a rider gives you a 1-star rating? We'll talk about that. Uber Lyft drivers used as a surveillance network. You guys read about that? About 350,000 of you? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. What's the top annoying rider habit for you guys? I know what it is for me. The one we're going to talk about is probably number 2 or number 3. Uber Lyft cleaning fees are hard to get. Well, it's been getting harder and harder and harder, right? And the number is coming down. We're going to talk about that. Good old Uber, back to bait and switch. It got fixed for a little while, so we're going to ask your help for that. So we can get it to Uber and then refix the broken system again. This is nasty, folks. You guys got to stand through this. Uber strategy for fighting sexual assault. This company is not playing around. Well, we'll talk about that. Now, this is our little bombshell here that a lot of you sent me your phone numbers for. Pay attention to this segment. Uber support AI chatbot spills the beans. You guys will be like shocked. Anyway, and Lyft moves the carrot and stick again. Yeah, they did. They moved the bar. On what? You guys will have to stay tuned to find out. Do you guys use instant pay a lot? Gonna pay more for it. You guys will talk about that. And last but not least, CMT. You guys love all CMT, don't you? Don't you guys love CMT? Cambridge Telematics that Uber uses for your braking, for your cornering, all that stuff. They're under fire. We'll talk about that as well. So, with all that said, we're going to now wait for Chris. Do you guys have any questions for me? I'll read some comments, actually. All right. So, what's going on? Yeah, no, definitely don't buy lotto tickets.
Don't worry, Chris is here, but I'm having
no,
an issue.
No camera.
No, my camera's working, but my light fell, and now it's all jacked up. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on so I can fix that, because otherwise it's going to look all weird. So
you mean
we
the
do
light
have a
in front
crazy
of you?
stuff coming for you today, as Sergio was mentioning with all these topics. But Sergio, don't forget to talk about Behind the Wheel.
Oh no, I cannot forget about that. Behind the Wheel is a segment that is done for drivers. You come on and talk about whatever you want to talk about. And it's one-on-one. I don't bite. I'm nice. I'm nice. Not hard, yeah. I'm nice. I'll let you say whatever you want to say. Keep the cussing to a minimum, but you can even cuss, actually. And new driver, veteran driver, whatever you are, so shoot me an email. We'll set it up. I'll send you a Zoom link. We'll hop on and we'll record it. And unedited version will be played on our channel. So we get some airtime on our channel. But email me, Sergio at therideshareguy.com. In fact, somebody or two will ask me about my email today. So here's my email.
It's Sergio at the rideshare
The rideshareguy.com. Here's my email address, folks. And yeah, you can reach out to me at that email. And you've been on Behind the Wheel, of course. Will Connor. Yes, I know. I remember. Let's see. Do you really think Uber is getting rid of the top drivers by deactivating? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, that's just some nonsense you probably read somewhere. No, but if you get too many flags, they will deactivate you. No, Chris is coming. Chris is fixing his light now. His camera works, but his light doesn't work. Yep. And for some reason, what is up with O'Hare Airport? This is the problem. You guys have been asking about this for the last 2 weeks. Okay, I said send me screenshots. None of you did. Send me some screenshots so I can send it to Uber so we can fix it. I do understand purple is a surge. So is the dollar sign missing? Or if the dollar sign is missing and the surge is on at the airport, are the offers or trip requests you're receiving are non-surge? Because most of you have done a lot of trips out of the airport and you guys know what it costs. Like if that was at LAX, I know exactly on base what it costs to go from LAX to Santa Monica, for example. Send me some screenshots so I can tell Uber. I go, Uber, what's up? Because you guys have been asking me about this for a while now. I need a couple of screenshots. Sergio at therideshareguy.com. Okay, we can fix it. You guys need to be proactive, though. You guys need to send me the stuff. And my theory is that your theory doesn't go too far. My theory, everybody has theories. It's not a theory, it's your opinion. Theory is something you can back up with proof. My theory is that trying to wean drivers off expecting to see surge on them. Oh, that I don't know. But if the trips you're receiving are surge trips, as you guys will be able to tell, as some veterans have done these trips before, you're getting paid surge, but it's not showing surge, the dollar amount. Okay, so Airport in Dallas are just purple too. I'm guessing it's everywhere. Well, send me some screenshots. You guys have been saying this for literally 2 weeks. Last week Chris was on, and last week I was on. What about this? What about this? I'm like, okay, send me some screenshots. I'll send it to Uber, and I'll say, hey, what's up, so they can come to their attention. Otherwise, you guys telling me here is not going to do anything. Okay, send it to me. Like when this purple, or send me a screen recording, short one, 10 to 20 seconds, or screenshots. When it turns purple and the dollar signs are missing, take a screenshot. How hard is that, right? And then send it to me, and then we'll take care of it. Okay, yeah, no surge in your market. Okay, well, that's, I guess, okay. And okay, we are seeing in Florida. Okay, go for it. Email me the screenshot and a bunch of it from, if it's happening in Florida, if it's happening in Chicago, if it's happening in other airports, the more of them I have, we'll figure out how big the problem is. How big the problem is, okay? And then we can get them on it. We can get their so-called engineers on it. Uber Couturiers also over Black priorities, right? Yes, they are. Of course they are. They're more expensive. It's not shocking. Why is it shocking? More expensive chip.
Holy shit.
What?
Oh, maybe not.
Oh.
The light started to go. Oh, it went on. All you had to do was beat it.
Beat it. Yeah, man. Beat it to submission. Uber Couturiers also over Black. Yeah, of course they are on both companies. They're higher priced rides and they're higher margin rides. Obviously, their lowest margin rides are Uber share, right? That should be that way. And yeah. Okay, is it working yet?
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay. Yeah. It's expected. It's not shocking to me. In fact, that's why they went and bought Black Lane. Lyft went and bought the cab company in London. Lyft went and bought the cab company, or the high-end luxury services in Europe. It's expected. The higher profit margins. They're going like the drivers should be going. Less trips, more money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'll bet you anything that one Uber Black trip is equal to probably 2 or 3 X trips. But then for Uber, it doesn't matter. They're making money pretty much on every trip. And I wouldn't worry about it. I would not worry about it. And okay. So, and my Discord is going crazy now. Something must have happened. All right, we're waiting for Chris. Chris is
dialing it in, baby. Dialing it in so y'all can see me.
Dial it in. Well, let's look at you without the light. Let's see what you look like.
Oh no, I got it on.
Okay.
I was using my camera earlier. And
he's back. Okay, switch me to my regular side. I'm not used to this side. I'm not used to this side of the bed.
All right, there you go.
There we go. All right, he's back. It's all yours now. Let me respond to my Discord for a minute, and then I'll be right back. I'm not leaving. I'm just going to respond.
All right, give me a second.
Yeah.
See, technology is great, but then all of a sudden, man, it messes you up.
Well, you didn't touch your camera or your light or whatever, or computer.
No, I did. I was out filming earlier today, so
you were?
I had my camera with me.
Okay, so something is all right. Okay, let's get going. It's a long show, bro. We got a lot of topics. Did you see how many topics I loaded for you?
I told you to start earlier, bro.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I told you I'll be on when I get on.
We'll go 5 minutes each. Look, listen, we go 5 minutes each. It's 60 minutes. Done.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's do this.
Except one topic. One topic we're going to go over, but everything else we can go 5 minutes.
All right. Well, I'll start with a 25-second one, and that is Uber and Lyft drivers prepared to form union. Thank you for moving on. Let's go to the next one. You can.
No, bro.
But yes, yeah, you get your union finally in California. What's going on with that, Serge? Did you sign up yet?
No.
Did you get any rules yet?
No.
How much you owe dues?
This union is just like the one in Massachusetts. Okay, they talk a lot, but they don't do much. So all they were trying to do is get over that 30% threshold. Now there is another bar to jump over, Now that you got 30% of California drivers, according to Uber's rules,
10 have to
to
sign up.
sign the petition to become a union, first of all, we're still going to stay independent contractors, by the way. I am not sure how this is going to all work out. Staying independent contractor, being a union are two different things. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, it's
So
the
this is not
independent.
your traditional union.
Well, what about SAG, Screen
What?
Actors Guild? I mean, they're all independent contractors. They're not employees. Anybody who works in the industry
Yeah,
is
but
not
SAG, you
an
pay
employee.
dues. As SAG, you pay dues. You don't pay dues here. You're not going to pay dues. So all I'm saying is, it's unclear to me, right? The only thing that's clear is they had a 30% requirement threshold of active drivers. The description of that is vague, but let's say, okay, they got to 30%. Now what they have to do, and that's the California Gig Workers Union, okay? And it's happening in Illinois, it's happening in Massachusetts. We talked about that last week as well. And now what's happening is that there's another threshold that we need to jump over to get ratified, and this union, California Gig Workers Union, to represent close to 800,000 gig workers in California. That's how many there are, bro.
Oh,
so if all this is, and whoever California Gig Workers Union's chief is or head is, please give me a call. We can talk about this. We can bring you guys on because look, we have the platform. We'll give you the platform for 15 minutes. You guys can talk about it. And most drivers do not want a union. Okay? They don't. Because they have memories of union of old times, like Teamsters and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This is not like that, folks.
I think a lot of it too is that people don't understand what a union would look like because it doesn't exist. So the only thing you have to go by is what a union used to be, or is currently in certain areas like union auto workers and electrician and all those.
Yeah. Did you freeze?
No. Did you?
Oh, no. Yeah. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out. There is this next level. CGWU said it expects the union certification to go through since, according to PERB, the other driver organization currently eligible to submit proof of support during the waiting period. So they're the only ones who got the 30%. So obviously they did some cold calling, they did some mailers, they did whatever they did, and they got there. And so CGWU, California Gig Workers Union, will become the exclusive bargaining representative for Uber and Lyft drivers. Okay, CGWU, I'm going to reach out to you. I would like you to come on and explain to our viewers what your plans are. And one day, I don't know when, if you do sit at the table with Uber and Lyft, hopefully you guys have an idea of what you guys are going to ask for and talk about. So I would love to, since I'm in California, I would love to be on that table. So we'll see. Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Well, either way, it'll be interesting to see how things do play out as well, because like I said, nobody really knows how it's going to look, and going from there or from nothing to something and trying to make this, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad you're the guinea pig, so we can see what it could look like and then hopefully go from there. But once we have that kind of information and knowledge, then I think people can make a more informed decision. Because right now, yeah, like you said, you're looking at what you think a union is versus what a gig worker union could actually look like. And they might not be the same thing, or they might be the exact same thing, and you're right to worry about it. So either way, it would be great to have them on and talk to them and see exactly how things are going to be different, why people should join a union, and you might get the 10% right after that.
Yeah, well, as they say, right, when California, so goes the rest of the states, being the largest state with the most amount of gig workers, this is a big deal. Other states will probably follow California, like they did with Prop 22 clones, right? Remember? But then it seems like every version got better and better. We got the raw and the short end of the stick, and then Massachusetts got the best deal. So, but we don't want to make the same mistake with this union thing. You know what I'm saying? we don't want to do that.
Yeah, you were the guinea pig with Prop 22, and then
Boy, was that a
they got better
disaster.
throughout. Yeah, they got better throughout. Some didn't really pay attention. Some just kind of swallowed the pill the exact same way, and other ones actually fought for some better overall everything. So
For
you
sure.
got like Minnesota, you got like Seattle and Washington, you got Massachusetts, which is definitely a step up, which is better than New York State, which is better
For
than
sure.
California. Probably not better than California necessarily, but the minimum rate is higher. But so that's a little different. But with that being said, let's move on. Let's talk about my favorite topic, and this is Waymo shut down in LA. I love it.
Judge agreed with you. The
I
judge
love it.
agreed with you. Yeah, well, there's a lot of rich white folks in Santa Monica. You know what I'm saying? And their
No. There's a
depot,
lot of Karens in Santa Monica. I remember what
whatever
happens
you.
to a Karen. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. So here's
Wow.
something that you want. If you want some change in the world, instead of just keyboard warring, typing it out and saying, "Oh, what are you going to do about it?" How about you use your voice and get out and talk about it?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, you can go to your local legislation, you can go to different places and tell them exactly how you feel. So if you don't want Waymo in your area, tell them. If you don't want Flock in your area, tell them. If you don't want this, that, the other thing in your area, tell them.
Yeah, they're cleaning and charging. Maintenance depot is in between a couple of huge apartment complexes and in Santa Monica. And so all hours of the day, when these things backing up, they go beep, 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 all hours of the day that the people say we can't sleep and all the lights are on.
And then that annoying whistle.
Obviously. Yeah, I mean, they go like, bullshit, we can't have this anymore. And a judge agreed with the residents and said,
"Go judge."
After noise complaints, the judge ordered Waymo to stop overnight charging in Santa Monica. Well, can you imagine that? Because that's when the charging happens, folks.
I know.
Because they do most of the business during the day, I'm sure. And that will kill your utilization rate as Waymo. And Waymo is, I'm sure, not happy. I'm sure Waymo is going to appeal that decision from the Superior Court to the Appellate Court or whatever it is, the next in California. And they said no more charging because they're making all this noise and people can't sleep. So.
Yeah. And I think if they continue charging, then they should start handing out fines for each car that's making sound. And the problem, I mean, I'm sure that they're hitting a certain decibel limit and exceeding what the quiet time hours might be.
Yeah.
So that's probably why this had actually happened. But yeah, I mean, I like it. It's great to see, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen when it comes to charging in Santa Monica now.
Yeah, well, I mean, they put their depots in the obviously very populated, densely populated areas because that's where the most of the trips are going to be originated from. Santa Monica, West Hollywood, downtown LA, right?
Yeah.
And residents go, no, I can't sleep, bro. Right? I'm hearing all this beep, beep, beep all night long. In fact, last week I did a presentation in front of the USC MBA class, business class. And I have a friend who's a professor there, and he says, "You want to come talk about autonomous vehicles, autonomy, and all the stuff?" And I said, "Sure," because I went to SC. Anyway, long story short, there were about 30 students, Chris, about 30. It was a Zoom call, and at the end, and they're all younger, obviously, they're in their 20s, mid 20s maybe. And I asked them, raise your hands, how many of you have taken a Waymo? And there's tons of Waymos in downtown LA, by the way, and the USC is in downtown LA. How many do you think that said that they have ever been in a Waymo out of 25? I expected at least a half of it.
I'm going to say probably 90%. Wow! Holy shit! There is actually hope. There is hope for this young generation.
No, my mouse fell off my mouse and just fell to the table. I was like, hold on. You guys understand the question, right? I said, you're all like 25, Gen Z, whatever you are.
They're Gen
How
Alpha.
many of you have you been in a Waymo? Period. Not downtown. Anywhere. No, none. Yeah. And you know what their reasoning was? I want a driver in my car. I want to be able to talk to somebody in my car. They said, I have no control over my life with a robot. Bro, these are all educated USC students. MBA Business students.
That is so based, man.
They're not
Oh my
like some
God, that is
fucking
awesome.
liberal bullshit. These are all business students. And I was like,
They are smart.
are you fucking people kidding me? I said,
no.
I would have lost all my fortune. I would have bet on it that I would have said at least 20 out of 25 of you have been in a Waymo. They're going, nope.
I would have thought, I would have thought like 75 to 90%. That's why I said 90.
No, zero.
Wow.
Zero.
Dude, that makes, oh my God, that makes me so, I was like scared for the next generation.
I was
I was so scared because it's like, you know, seeing some of these people that come out now and they're like, I can't see a spider. I need a safe space to go because I saw a spider and it looked at me weird and you know, what the fuck, man. So it's so good to see that these people are freaking based and they're like, no, I want to fucking drive in my car. Smart. I love it.
Well,
awesome.
I don't know about that. All
again,
I'm saying is
it's probably a liberal white woman who is getting in the Waymo now at this point.
No, it was a mixed crowd. It was a mixed crowd. Yeah, it was a mixed race crowd, female, male, black, white, Hispanic, whatever.
No,
but these are by the way, these are not bullshit students. They're MBA students.
Yes, and they're smart.
School of Business at USC. You know how expensive that is, right? And I'm going like, of course, they all have taken Waymos. And I go,
I'm gonna give them a job.
We talked about that, how difficult it's going to be to get a job. But
that's a different story. Well,
I was floored. I was floored. Anyway.
That makes me happy. So everybody, you should be really excited to hear that. So that's awesome to hear. Maybe this next generation is actually going to be a lot more based than we thought. Maybe we aren't going to have so many problems that could have been because they need like buildings for safe spaces or something. But because they're like, no, then hey, maybe we got a little bit of goodness coming our way. So that might be actually a good thing because that's what I thought. I thought it was going to be, you know, boomers to Gen Y to Gen Z and millennials. I didn't think they were really going to. I thought it was going to be the younger generation that is, you know, just starting to come out of school now, in school, and they're thinking, oh, this is the cool thing. I like it because I don't have to deal with a driver. I don't have to deal with anybody getting in and out. Nope. And clearly, I was wrong.
Nope. That's
awesome.
I was 100% wrong. I was like, and in fact, it was so shocking to me that I asked the question one more time. I go, you guys heard me, right? Like, how many of you have you been in a Waymo? Oh, they go, we all see him zipping going around and we'll never get into one. And I'm like,
nice.
Huh? What? And that's why I think Waymo trips are plateauing, by the way, in California, so you guys know.
Well, yeah, I mean, when we talked about that a couple weeks ago, that's exactly what. Oh, this is the cool thing. This is a new thing. I want to try it out. They try it out, and then they're like, one, it costs more than an Uber or Lyft, so why wouldn't I just order an Uber or Lyft anyway? Two, if I order a Waymo, or I mean, if I order an Uber will actually now come because of our breakup. And three, you know, people don't want it, so they're like, okay, the novelty wore off, and all the other people aren't. So just like NFTs, I would not be surprised if Waymo decided to float off into the distance. The only one I think may actually have some real substance could be Elon, and it could be the cybercab. I don't know. I only say that because he has the ability to get into several markets all at once if he so chooses. So there's a lot of things when it comes to that, but I don't know. I'm liking that.
Yeah. Well, that was it. That was the news. Yep.
Well, that's awesome. So hopefully drivers out there, you're going to be happy. But with that being said, let's move on. Let's talk about why are drivers getting 1-star ratings? Well, I can tell you one reason, because people are assholes. I mean, look at this. You got a disturbing radio report from a rider who reported that the radio or music was disturbing while on the trip, and they're listening to classic country rock. How could you get pissed off at classic country rock?
Okay, what type of person or what demographic you have to be in to get pissed off to that? This is from Reddit, and in fact, there was I didn't add, there was another one that was like, one driver said, I didn't even know that they could complain about that. You know what I mean? Like, they could complain about race. They said, he talked to me about, he was racist, he was under the influence, he was, you know, rude, unsafe driver, all this. I didn't even know this was a complaint. And this driver got a complaint. that the radio or music was disturbing while on their trip. Now I can understand if you put like a, I don't know, 65-year-old in your car and you're blasting ZZ Top or something like that. You know what I mean? I can
Oh,
maybe, but
that
that's just you.
65-year-old is
You
going
could
to be
just say turn the
singing
fucking
along.
thing down or something as a rider. You have a right to do so. You know what I mean?
No, that 65 is going to be year old is going to be singing along to ZZ Top. I mean,
Well,
come on now. If
no.
you got like a old grandma who's in the thing, and you start playing Little John because your sweat dropped down the ball to the window to the wall, you know. So that might be a little disturbing. But I mean, like seriously, classic rock or country rock or anything like that. That is like great music right there. In fact, when I was driving back from our trip, when we were getting back, that was all we were listening to on Pandora was the classic rock station. Because I want my kids to hear the classic rock. So when they hear the songs at the bar, when they get older and go to the bar, they know those songs and they can enjoy. You know? Oh, come on.
You saw, folks. Now there's a new one. You could get flagged for playing shitty music. I'm a quiet writer, okay? Like if somebody asks me, you know, play music, I always tell them, you want to play, you can play your own music, hook up to the Bluetooth and play your own music if you like. I don't mind. I always give them that choice, but they go, no, I'll just put on something. And then I always put like either soft rock or jazz, which I like. And I asked them, is that okay? But I don't know what this guy did to piss this a-hole writer off so much that this counts as a flag, by the way. So, you know, 3 flags, 3 reports, and you know what's going to happen at the end of that.
Yeah.
And my thing was that I didn't even know this was a possibility of a complaint, though. I didn't even know this was a category.
I've seen disturbing radio before, but not like I think there was a reason for it. But I mean, like, come on. They can complain about anything, and then you'll have something that'll pop up. It's absolutely crazy.
No, I see that point. I hear that quite a bit, actually. Like in this, LA was so hot this week. And if you're driving a car with air conditioning and you're just going to say, no, I'm just going to put my windows down at 102 and then not turn my air on because my gas is expensive, then you're going to get flagged. I mean, come on now. For your comfort, for their comfort, you know, come on. That's what makes sense.
Why would you, first off, why would you drive with the windows open at 102?
Well, because you don't want to turn the air on.
Yeah, but did you realize that like turning the air on is not really going
to fuck up your mileage?
Not that much.
Oh, I know. Don't tell me. I know. I'm just saying.
I mean,
there are drivers who go like, I charge you more if I turn the air on. I'm like, yes, what is happening?
Those are called morons because they clearly have no fucking idea how things work. The air conditioner runs off your belt, which, yes, it does add a little bit of electricity pull from the alternator in order for it to run. And it's going to affect your gas mileage so fucking minimally. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, where can I see the flags? The flags are on your app, actually. You should be able to see it now.
Yep.
And come on, man. Show some love, bro. What the fuck?
I like it. Thanks, Levi.
I get you deactivated, Levi.
Hey, not cool. I'll get him reactivated.
Good luck.
Because I'll go to the big man himself.
Well, you go to the New York office.
You go to the people that are like down here. I just go right up here. I say, "Yo, Dara."
Sounds good.
So, anything more with
Dara is not even. Dara doesn't even exist, by the way. It's his avatar.
Well, let's give some constructive advice when it comes to what should you do with a radio or music playing in your car. First of all, yes, there are going to be any genre, somebody's going to get in your car and not like it. It is true. I mean, you're going to have 20, 25 people that are just riders getting in your car in a day, and this doesn't include their guests or anything like that. Somebody is not going to like the music that you're playing. So the easiest thing to do is play elevator music that's a little bit quieter or something like that. So first off, it's not going to piss anybody off. It gives you something in the background. And you know what you can do? You can put a little Bluetooth in your ear, and you could listen to podcasts. You can listen to your own music. You can listen to whatever you want. You could even listen to porn. I don't really care. But what's going to end up happening is it's not going to piss off the person getting in your car, and you're not going to see something like a disturbing radio, which is a joke in the first place. And then when it comes down to getting 1 stars, you know, there's just asshole people out there, and you got to realize that. So The best thing you can do is just try to be as best as you can when it comes to customer service, and your rating should reflect that. And when it comes to like, oh, my driver was driving erratically or stopping hard or spinning out the window, black, whatever, then you know what's going to happen? They should have verify that against their own reports and see, did this driver brake hard or did this driver swerve, or was it actually like a smooth trip? Because then you look at it, you actually have the data there. You could literally run a quick AI bot to look at all of this very quickly and realize, oh, this passenger's full of shit or whatever. And you can't really say, oh, you're full of shit, bro, but you could just say, well, hey, this jackass rider decided to report you, but our AI system had detected that they're lying because our smooth cruiser report had realized that you have been driving fine. So do not worry about that report. We just want to let you know. And I think that would go over with drivers so much better. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, look, we're in the service industry, right?
Yep.
If you ask me for a foot massage, you're not going to get it. But everything else, turn the air on, put the window down. I'm allergic to this, blah, blah, blah. I get it.
Sergio,
you're in my car for 15
ending?
minutes. I will never see you again. So I'm not going to be a dick about it and say, no, I want to listen to heavy metal. I'm like, no, bro. So I'm like, just get in my car, get out of my car, and we'll go to the next one. So I'll just go with the flow, whatever you
Sergio,
want. In fact, I'm telling you, I tell him, hook up. Here's the Bluetooth. Hook it up to Bluetooth. Play your own music. I'm happy to listen to what you're listening to. What else can I do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, Sergio, no $5 happy ending?
No, it's not in the not in the car. Okay, somebody asked me about what's happening to my stock YouTube channel. It's going fine. I have a new Discord. You can go subscribe to that if you like. But in fact, you guys should go check my YouTube channel, the community page of my YouTube channel. Nancy Pelosi, go away. It's only up 250% this year, my little Robinhood account. And that's why I agree with Levi. They should give you the whole 20, not just, I don't want any of it. They should give you the snap to $20 of the, what do you call it, super chat? Yeah, I'm swimming in cash. You guys should all learn how to fucking do that. So, yeah.
All right, well, let's move on. Let's talk about Uber drivers and Lyft drivers are used in the surveillance network. Damn it, Flock. Get the out of here.
This is bad, bro. I mean, come on now. Flock is a company, by the way, Flock Safety. They have a nationwide network of like cameras on poles. They went to Uber and Lyft, said, hey, how about we just get on to Uber and Lyft drivers, dash cams. And I was like, huh? What? You're too kind, bro.
Thank you.
Just because I said deactivated. No, don't worry about it. see what threats do, people? See what's soft?
Hey, just to say, I hear there's quite a bit of copper in the cameras. Just saying. That's what I heard.
Okay, don't give my ideas. Let's not get to that. So Flock Safety, the company behind nationwide network of automatic license plate readers, pitched a plan to convert hundreds of thousands of Uber and Lyft delivery drivers into mobile extension of its surveillance system. Now, if you pay me for each license plate I read for you, we'll think about it. Otherwise, no dice for you, Flock. 404 Joseph Carr wrote that the document describes equipping driver vehicles with dash cams capable of scanning license plates along their route, Chris.
No, thank you. I'll pass.
No, fuck no. Effectively expanding Flock's network of beyond its usual fixed cameras on poles, mounted on poles. So what do you guys think? You guys want to be snitches for Flock? Huh?
No, but you can go to Walmart and pick up some local spray paint, preferably black.
And by the way, Uber said no. Did you know? So Uber, all credit to you. Uber said no. How do you like them apples?
Todd, that's the point. Shh.
Copper isn't okay. Yeah, Todd's an engineer. I think Todd takes everything too seriously.
That's the point.
So that's Flock for you people.
Don't do that. Work without the wire.
Okay. Anyway, so what do you think about this? Snitching? Snitches get stitches?
I think this is absolutely an overreach, and there should better have been a way to opt out of something like this versus
Dashcam is a must.
having cameras that are capable of being able to read license plates. And here's the thing, this is going well beyond their flock. Oh, we're just reading license plates. Sure,
No,
because
they're
this is
not.
mobile. This is
You know what they're
mobile.
doing? You know what they're doing? I know what they're doing. They're doing the license plate reading for all the cars that are getting repoed, bro, because they can't find
They're
these
doing
cars.
more. I mean, it's way more than that.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying that that's the easiest way to find a car you cannot find as a repo man. You know what I'm saying? And then they're selling that information to repo people.
Yeah, but they don't even have to do that at this point because all the new cars are connected well beyond you could even imagine. So all they have to do is just send the signal to the car, and the car will die.
Yeah. Well.
And
So
then
you said Uber
pretty soon.
hold on a second.
Yes, this is 1984 kind of
You
stuff,
said
and
Uber
I don't
support.
like it.
Hey Sergio, did you know that Uber support told me the minimum amount? Well, send me the screenshot because we have some sort of thing coming up on the Uber support side here in shortly. That would be an interesting thing. Yeah, send me the screenshot.
So in other
Sergio
words, moral of the story: if you see stuff like this, do not allow it in your area or on, or your car. So if they're like, "Hey, we're going to have this new partnership, and we're going to get dash cameras in with you," but
No.
hey, step up for Uber and Lyft on that for saying no. Good job.
I do. Yeah, Uber said no. I don't know what Lyft said, but Uber said no.
But this also is a thing to make sure if you have any cameras, depending on how they sync up. If they have Wi-Fi or LTE, opt out of any data sharing on them. So then that way your camera data stays with you. Whether you necessarily trust that or not, or you can just get a dash camera that just records straight to an SD card. Not the best because the cloud, unfortunately, is the greatest in case something happens. You get into an accident and it gets damaged. It might not have the data on there. If somebody comes and tries to rob your car, or any issue that happens while you're driving, and the dash camera gets taken or anything like that, unfortunately, with the SD, you don't get that peace of mind with the backup. So the easiest thing to do is if you have something with LTE, opt out of any data sharing whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, okay. If it would be like good to know, like there's 4.5 million supposedly somewhere in the range, 4.5, 5 million active Uber Lyft drivers in the country. What percentage do you think have dash cams? 10%. 10? Yeah. I thought it'd be somewhere around there. Okay, so how many of you have dash cams here? 1 for yes and 2 for no. There's 2. 1. Yeah. I have a bunch. Actually,
So do I.
One of my daughter now. There are a bunch of you here. So how many of you have dash cams and how many don't? Right. So
yeah,
I would say
yes,
max
2 for no.
for 10%, probably 10% max. I'd be really pissed off if somebody plus 2 because after all these years we've been saying dash cam is a must.
Oh, we got a 2 from Chronicles of Dagger.
Oh shit! Why?
Get a dash camera.
So cheap. You got it. You have one.
A bunch. I like it. You have 2 running. Nice.
90% are want. Okay.
Come on, AJ. Get one.
Or come to a show that we're offering one, and then maybe we'll just pull a fast one.
I have 3 cams facing front and back, and 1 facing inside.
There you go.
Well, that's just the 3-channel dash camera.
2. Ooh.
I have a 3-channel.
Well, mostly it's 1. I'm glad I'm seeing.
Yes, the majority. I mean, honestly, overall, we reach a small amount of gig workers, but the reality is, if you're watching us, you probably have a dash camera, and that's great. If you don't have a dash camera, trust me, you need one. Don't wait on it. It's definitely something you need because, unfortunately, you just don't know what's going to end up happening, and you don't know how these passengers are going to act. And it's just better to have and not need than need not have.
For sure, it's a deterrent. For sure, it is. So, anyway,
absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about some of the top annoying rider habits.
This would be my number 3. So
stop being annoyed by riders talking on the phone. I love how they show a giant picture of their earnings throughout the
I don't
year
care
so
about
far.
that. No, that's their tips. That's their tips.
No, I'm
And
talking about above that, the
above that,
19,000.
yeah. Well, I mean, whatever. But the writing is too small. But just this is also from Reddit. Can you
Yes.
read what it says on the bottom?
I read a ton of posts on here that drivers are annoyed by riders talking on the phone. What the hell is wrong with you guys? How is that annoying? You can't tune it out and focus on the road? For me, I actually enjoy eavesdropping. If I'm driving for hours listening to the same music, I don't mind a little change. Try this. Play music. If the rider starts talking on the phone, turn the music down, not off. This shows you are accommodating their needs. It's not beneath you to provide a little customer service.
Yeah. This will
So,
be number 3 on my list, actually.
talking on the phone would be annoying when it comes to the type of conversation. So if somebody is like, yeah, 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 and it's just
No,
the
you know
same
what? Talking
annoying
on the
thing
phone.
over,
What part of
then
it pisses me off is if he's on speaker and as loud as it could be, they're yelling at each other or whatever. That pisses me off.
yeah,
But if
that's
you're on the
a little
phone,
annoying.
you're not on the speaker, you're just talking loud, whatever. I don't give a shit. Whatever you do, you need to do.
I would say there's always exceptions, and this person's trying to look at it. This Stuck on Bars 21. They're trying to look at it as a benefit and then say, hey, it's kind of cool, and I get to that. I don't mind that. Like the eavesdropping part, I get like that is fun because somebody gets in your car, you have no idea who they are, and they could be talking about some of the most intimate stuff, and they're talking with you right there listening, and it's like, do you realize that I have no idea who you are, and you're literally telling somebody your password to your phone or your credit card number? Oh, and like I can easily get your credit card number because I have a dash camera. I mean, it's like I don't understand how people don't understand restraint. But the thing is, I think it's hilarious on some of the conversations that you do hear. I mean, albeit be one-sided because maybe they're actually talking on the phone like they should be instead of on speaker. But when it's on speaker, you actually get the whole conversation. So you don't have to guess what the other person is actually saying. You get to understand the full conversation. So I can see, yes, I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. When it gets annoying is when it's the same, yep, and it's just like you hear them say it like 4 times in a row, and it's just like, oh my God, can that person like fucking get it or shut up already? That's where it gets annoying for me. But other than that, it's like, yeah, you get into somebody else's world for a little bit, and it could be deep, it could be dark, it could be absolutely hilarious. I mean, like that's the funny part. So like, yeah, if you look at it, you're in customer service, why not? And lower the radio a little bit, it could go a long way instead of turning it up, trying to be the douchebag driver.
I agree with Honta's Farmer here. Yeah, we can get so much dirt on you. It's not even funny with the dash cam. For me, there's like the number 1, food. You cannot eat food in my car.
No.
Don't even walk into my car with the food. I'm just gonna say eat it and do whatever, or just cancel the trip. Number two is,
hey, if they smell like a skunk getting in the car,
that's body
they
odor,
sharing.
or marijuana smell. I mean, we're used to that in California. But number 2 for me is, if I'm parked across the street and you come sit right behind me, first of all, you should go around the car and open the fucking safe door, not that door, because traffic is flying, because I have nowhere to park. Do not fucking sit behind me. Do not sit behind me. Okay. And number 3 is this, that you have blasting, or they listen to a video blasting on speaker. You know what I mean? I'm like, sir, and especially if it's some foreign fucking video or whatever. So those are the 3 things. This would be number 3. I mean, if you're talking like not quiet, or whatever, if you're talking on your phone, as long as I'm not hearing the other side, it's not on the speaker, that it's like a racket in the car, I'm okay with it. This would be number 3. But
yeah, if it's blasting like full on,
that
and it's like distracting, that can be a problem. But if it's just like you're hearing the conversation, like think of it as like, what is going on here, and try to be the investigator or something. It makes it so much more fun.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Slam the door.
Yeah, that is. I would have to
that's a good one.
The big thing, the big thing is drinks, because I drive at night most of the time.
Yeah.
So when people want to bring drinks into the car, it's like, no, you can't.
No.
I don't care. I don't care what it is. Like even water, I'm like, no, you can't, because I don't know if it's water. I don't know if it's vodka.
Well, in
So
a
you
bottle,
can't.
yeah, maybe, but
I don't want any water or I'm sorry, any drinks in the car when it comes
the
to
red
that.
cup, man, the red cup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like from a bar or something. Nope, thanks. Food is definitely a big no-no, and I wouldn't say it's annoying. I would just be like, dude, you can't eat in my car. Like,
No,
have some respect. It ain't your
no.
car. So yeah, that type of thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, every
And
driver
then
has their thing.
and then actually, I think the most annoying thing is the repeating drunk.
Well, there's 3 types of drunks, right? There's a happy drunk.
Yeah, I
There's
love
a sad.
the happy
There's a
drunks.
sad drunk, and then there's a mad drunk. So happy and sad are pretty easy.
Happy
Mad,
is
you don't
my
know
favorite.
what to expect, what's going to trigger him or whatever. But I
That's
figured
why you
there's 3 types.
just be quiet and drive
Oh
and
yeah.
whatnot. But the biggest thing is, the repeater. So
Well,
they're so drunk that they keep repeating themselves and asking the same
yeah,
fucking
because they
questions
can't
over and
remember. They
over. And
just
it's
said the
like
same fucking thing. That's so drunk.
that is annoying. Like I can only handle it about 2 times. I hate repeating myself. My wife knows that. She's like, I just hate repeating myself. And it's like, listen the first time I tell you. I mean, come on, let's move on to the next point and then go there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No,
that's annoying. But I mean, yeah, I think though the fun drunks are great because like, yeah, you don't know what you're gonna get and all that good stuff.
no food or drink in my car. But the happy drunk is the best one, right? They're bubbly and they're more bubbly because they probably already have a bubbly personality, but with a few drinks in their system, they're more bubbly.
Oh yeah.
The sad drunk is like you're gonna play shrink for like half an hour. Oh, my girlfriend left me. I
I know, I
hate
do
my
repeat
boss. I
myself.
hate my life. I hate. Oh my god. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
when you want to like take the knife and just stick it in and then twist it. So it's like you got to
Yeah.
find something that's really that they're like, oh, and then you got to be like, hey, you know what? And then you say that again.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, don't do that because that is horrible customer service. But in reality, maybe you could charge them more. It's called the
Like
therapist ride.
bipolar drunk. What the heck is a bipolar drunk?
They go from happy to sad on a turn of a dime.
Oh, that up and down kind
Or
of thing.
yeah, or like happy to angry, like nobody's business.
Yeah, angry drunk. You can tell they're angry when they get in the car.
Oh
They're
yeah,
breathing kind of fucking heavy anyway. So I'm like,
yeah.
this
I
could be
mean,
trouble.
the bipolar, it doesn't happen too often, at least for me.
No.
When depending on
Hopefully
who it is,
not.
the best are the passed out drunks. You just don't want them waking up and throwing up in your
I
car.
had 2 of those and 11,000 trips. 2, and both times I had to call fire department. So
No, I've had people pass out, but they wake up,
no,
when they're about to get back.
these
So
people were way past waking up.
I only had to slam on my horn once to get them. They woke up and then they just stumbled in the house.
Yeah, no. I was
Morning drunks.
yeah.
That's called the walk of shame, Levi. Walk of shame.
Yeah, walk of shame drunks. Yeah. That's the 6 a.m. drunks that just got out of the girlfriend or girl's house or boy's house, and
Yep.
they need to rush home to get ready to go to work.
Yep. At least they had a fun night.
Well, you would hope so. It's like, anyway.
Well, I'm hoping, like, if you're doing the walk of shame, you better have had a good night beforehand. I mean, I can tell there's probably, if there's any kids in the room, earmuffs. But there's definitely times where you have to fake it and get out of there. But hopefully that didn't happen. But reality, oh, we had another one. Good job.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about Uber Lyft cleaning fees are hard to get.
They are.
Seriously, this company is the worst.
Just read the small print on the left, and then the guy put in the receipt, and Uber said, "No dice." I'm like,
yeah. So you can learn more about the cleaning fee process on our help page. Thanks for contacting Uber. Thank you for reaching out to us. I believe this cleaning request is entirely in line with the guidelines. I need you to please escalate this for review and process my cleaning fee. I am not going to be out of $225 and several hours of work because passenger damaged my vehicle. Hi, blank. Welcome to Uber support team. Unfortunately, we can't process cleaning fee for you as the result submitted appears to be fraudulent. Thanks for contacting Uber. Yes, because that looks like it's fraudulent. That is a Waterworks car wash on Broadway with an area code of 303.
Like sure.
One biohazard, one shampoo. I thought that said lethal shampoo.
That's a fucking credit card receipt, bro.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like, seriously, you didn't pay for that? So then they said at the bottom, it's fucking insulting to be told I'm submitting a fraudulent receipt even after support told me to get it professionally clean. And I have the dash cam video of the customer and the cleaning. I guess I'm out $225 now. Don't trust this fucking company with anything. I would be pissed off too.
I'd be way
Absolutely.
pissed off. And first of all, the 225 isn't the limit 150 now?
Yes, but I believe it can actually be adjusted.
You think so?
Based on like the report. So usually it's capped at that point of 150, but sometimes it can be more, especially if there's actually damage done to your car. So I mean, this is where the customer threw up. So you probably, if you were able to actually get something, it probably would be capped at 150.
Yeah.
But if they actually damaged the car, like they literally like dented the door and you had to go get it fixed and, you know, maybe painted or something at that point, then yeah, they can charge them a lot more.
So how many of you had good experience? We're gonna put one or two. One for good, two for bad. How many of you had good or bad experiences with Uber, Lyft, cleaning fee, process, and collection of it? How many of you? One good, two bad.
Mine was great. Mine was great. You know why? Because I had it happen. The worst fucking smell in the world, but got it at they got dropped off at a hotel. Right down the street was a open 24-hour gas station. So I went there. I had all the cleaning supplies in my car, took the pictures. Well, I took the pictures right after it happened. You want to make sure you do that. And this was, yes, years ago. So unfortunately,
we got all the ones. We got all the ones. One is good.
Well, this is probably because it was years ago.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've only had it happen twice, once on Lyft, once on Uber. And, you know, this was years ago. It hasn't happened
since.
Was it
a puker?
Yeah. And, but, you know, the thing is, I have all the cleaning products in my car already. So all I did was went to the Sunoco that was down the street, vacuumed out everything. They can use their vacuum is good enough, and then started cleaning everything because I had the leather seats. So it cleaned up really nice, cleaned up really quick, and you know I was still continuing on the other platform because the first time that the story I told you happened on Uber, so I couldn't do Uber the rest of the night because they lock you off, and then I was just doing Lyft. So I had everything, like I said, in the car, cleaned it up, got it done nice, and you know, the smell was gone. There's nothing to worry about. And then even in the morning, I checked, there was no issue or anything. So I got it, even though it was like 2 a.m. You can't really see too well, but I was at least able to get it done. So that was great because at least I was able to get it done and got my money out of that, and then continued on for the rest of the night.
I never had a puker. Came close once. Puked outside. I was able to pull over and they puked on the sidewalk, but
and the reason why this has been years ago is because the great invention that you can get on Amazon, the puke bag, is mint. Like if you don't have those and a dash camera, get them. Get the bags.
The ones with the mouthpiece, the ones the professional one. There you can get them for like $10 for a dozen of them on Amazon. I have it everywhere in the car. I have it in the armrest. I have it in the back seat. I have it everywhere.
Yep. And then you know, if you get that one that's like drunk and you can tell, I take it out of the center console. I hand it to him and say, you know what? If you need it, great. If you don't, even better.
Absolutely, great advice, by the way, from Chris there. Because
I'll tell you right
by the time they go, oh, I don't feel good, it's too late. Yeah.
Oh, you had a shitter. Oof. I've heard of that a few times. Oof.
Oh no. Oh. Shit, you had a
literally
shitter. Gosh, that's fucked.
Yeah, I mean, you could get seat covers, just depends. It definitely helps, like if you pull them off. The problem, the issue is when you have drunk in the car and then you let it sit in there for hours before you're able to get it to a place to actually get it
Oh,
clean,
you're screwed.
you're damaging the inside of your vehicle. So
Yeah.
that's part of the reason why I have all the cleaning products already in the car. And then, it honestly, yes, it sucks. You're MFing them the whole effing time you're cleaning it up, and you're probably seeing red at that point. But if you're able to get it done yourself, it's way better having that peace of mind that it's clean at that moment versus letting it sit in there and fester for a couple of hours. Because depending on where you are, depending on the weather and the situation, things like that, it could be a while before it gets clean, and that smell could just set, and it's going to take a while to get out of that. And you might have a few people that get in your car and they're not happy with that. Because I know if I got into a car and it smelled like puke, I would not be happy. They'd probably get a 1 star. But yeah, it's oof.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is going to be a problem mostly, I would say. Probably 9 out of 10 is going to be, drunk hour driving. So,
Yeah.
and
So
you're taking that risk. And in the old days, Chris, the
Oh,
risk
Norman,
was worth it because he used to surge like a mother.
oh yeah.
Now the risk and reward is not there. The RR is not there anymore. It's like, it doesn't surge, blah, blah, blah. Before, you want to take a 10-mile trip for $50. Yeah, I'll take the risk. But now it's 10-mile trip for $10. I'm like, what am I doing here? So,
Yeah. Yeah, the best is just trying to make sure you get it cleaned up yourself if you can. Just honestly, like, it sucks, yes, but it's something where you just want it out of your car as quick as possible. Go to a
Yeah.
24-hour gas station. Take note of where especially if you're driving at night. But honestly, the best thing that you can get, those bags. Go on Amazon, type in puke bags. Yeah, you get like 10, 20 of them for like $10. It's the best. It's the second best investment you can have. The first is obviously a dash camera. The second is going to be those puke bags.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
All right. So if you guys got any tips on that when it comes to cleaning fees, go for it. Let us know in the comments. But
yeah, let us know.
with that
Send me
being
an
said,
email saying,
let's
hey,
yeah.
most of you said it's from a couple, 3 years ago. The late experience, from what I gather, is not that good, right?
Yep.
Shit like this. AI reads something and they go like, oh, no, we're not going to pay you. But,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, let's move on. Let's talk about the bait and switch. We haven't had this problem for several weeks, months actually.
Months.
And then all of a sudden, now we're getting it again. So for those who are just listening, or if you're driving around listening to us during the live, then, we'll let you know. So it's 2 screenshots, same ride, of course. And the first one came in at $10.32. Tried matching with it, accepted, didn't get it, then got sent this same exact ride. Instead of 1032, it was now 629. Oh, you gotta love that 40% haircut.
Chris, in fact, the second one's pickup is longer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine. Yeah, because he's probably going the other way.
40% less, Uber. We thought this was fixed, and we gave you credit. We go like, hey, good job, you guys fixed it. No more trip radar to exclusive bullshit. There we go again. Man, if you guys are seeing this again, please, not that I want it, but send them to me, email them to me in this order right here. First comes the trip radar, good trip, you accept it. Uber comes back to you and says, sorry, that trip is not available. And then the same exact trip, and then 30 seconds later shows up as an exclusive, which is the blue bar, acceptance bar, for less. Now, if it's like a few pennies less, let's not bother me with that. But if it's like this, or if it's $1 or $2 or $3 or whatever less, please send them to me so we can fix this again. Sergio at therideshareguy.com. Because this was done. This was finished with. And now, like the plague or whatever the frick it is, the systems, you know what this is? I bet you this is all their AI. They fix it, and then AI figures, you know what? If I do this, our take rate will go higher. Like, all this machine learning shit.
No, you know what?
Machine learning shit.
No, you're giving AI like sentience. AI is a stupid child. AI
Well,
is moronic, and it seriously is getting
well,
worse.
send
Like
me
I
screenshots.
I pr- I prompted something, and it's like, dude, you didn't even fucking answer what I wanted. You gave me this like long spiel of nothing. Like literally, how many tokens did you just destroy when it came to your AI data center? Trying to figure that out. Now I have to reprompt it saying you're a moron. Fix what I said and give me straight to the point. And then you got to burn more tokens. But I digress. You're giving AI too much credit here. AI has nothing to do with this. You want to know why I know AI has nothing to do with this? Because it was already built in the code last few months when we were talking about this for weeks on end. And then they're like, oh, shit, this is making the rounds. You know what we got to do? We got to fix it. But do you think they really take it out? No. How many times have we seen multiplier surge that hasn't been around for years pop up every once in a while? And then we're like, hey, is multiplier surge making a comeback? No, it's a fucking glitch. You know what happens? Nothing. So this is the exact same thing. You look at it, it's already in the code, and then they're like, ah shit, we got caught. We'll wait a little bit. Maybe we'll wait the quarter, and then when we want our bonus because we get the acceptance rate high, or the
Yeah,
we get the little bonus that we get after the fact. Yes, I know about the bonuses.
not that
Their
easy.
teams.
Not that
Um,
simple. Bro,
I'm
come
telling
on.
you, all they're
Uber.
doing, they're just like, yeah, hey, it was out for a while, and then the team said, let's bring it back because we want to make sure we hit our bonus by the end of the quarter. Trust me,
Well,
I know the bullshit.
all I'm saying is, uh, I understand it's by design. I understand, it went away. Look, man, the head of product, Sachin, said this should never happen. And it truly, truly, it happened for a couple of weeks, and we kept going at it. We kept going at it because you guys sent me screenshots all over the country. And, we put it up on X and we put it on social media. We did the videos ourselves. And then, what happens is the complaints went away, screenshots went away. Suddenly, this week, boom. Like, okay, so where there's no smoke, there's no fire. If this could be a very isolated case, I'm hoping that it is, because it's going to take them another 2 months to, whatever it's called, fix it or not. But if you guys are seeing this type of, again, it's the order is trip radar first. You try to match, click match. It says trip no longer available, and then it sends you the same as an exclusive for a lot less. If you guys are seeing that, send me the screenshot. Try to put them in order so I don't have to scramble. This would be perfect, actually, if you guys can do something like this. And so we can work on it again. Yeah.
I like what Matt has to say here. When you click match at the price and they tell you it's already been taken, and then they send it back cheaper
That's
since
true.
they know you want it, that's fraud.
I don't know if it's fraud, but I think it's definitely. I think it's definitely not kosher. And their CTO, Chief Product Officer, said this should not happen because he responded publicly on
Yes,
Twitter.
but here's the thing. Him saying this should not happen versus it happening are two different things. You have a
I get.
company of how many 33,000 individuals? How many of them are coders? How many does Sachin actually see on a daily or weekly basis? I bet probably very few. He probably talks to the top coders when it comes to that, or their managers. So you probably have a manager of the coder that you probably talk to, being where he is in the company. So the simple reality is you have bonuses that say, hey, if you hit these thresholds within a given time frame, you get a bonus as a coder.
There's a potential to that.
Potential.
I mean,
I
I
can
don't know the
say,
internal workings of Uber,
but
yeah.
when it comes down to that, then the reality is you're going to put in things that are in your system, and they don't seem to take out those things ever. So you're seeing I mean, how long ago did they switch to flat rate? That was probably what, 5-6 years ago at this point now.
Flat surge.
Flat rate surge, yeah.
Yeah, more. Yeah, 6 years ago, maybe.
So literally, we saw within 6 months, we saw people talking about, oh, what is this? And there were screenshots of multiplier surge because they're a new driver. They don't know what multiplier surge is. We've been around for a decade and we know what it is. We liked it. But you
Not
still
my
see that
problem.
from time to
Sachin
time.
gets into trouble. Sachin can kiss my, you know what? But look, I'm just trying to look out for you guys. Anyway, you guys are seeing this shit again.
Yeah.
Send it to me. Sergio at the right check.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's fraud, but I think it's something like
I mean, a classic bait and switch, bro. Come on. I mean,
yeah, but
it's like but man, there's a truth to what Matt said because
yeah,
you're accepting it. The algo is assuming that you wanted to match, and then you will accept a lesser offer because initially you wanted to match, but not for 40% less.
yeah.
If it was like 20
So
cents less,
I
okay,
think
but
so
not
again,
40% less.
as I had previously said when Sashin actually made that response was why? Because Matt posted again on X and then tagged what what
Yeah,
Matt, if you wouldn't mind letting us remember, because I can't remember if it was FTC, FCC, maybe
I think
both.
we're all there.
But that is part of the reason why. So they want to say, oh, this shouldn't have happened because if the FTC or FCC get involved and they're looking at it and saying, what is going on? Then, they could come in and really hammer down something on them because that is extremely, yes, it's unethical, but it's actually illegal practices too. So I wouldn't call it fraud. I don't think that's what it is. But it is an illegal practice where you're saying, hey, we're offering you this price and then we're going to take it away from you. Yes, it's a bait and switch, but there's a certain term and I can't remember what it is.
Well,
Unfair deceptive practice. Yeah, there you go.
I just think it's just waste of everybody's time because if they think like they're gonna slip one by, again, I'm hoping it's just one and done. I don't get it, but I wouldn't be shocked that by Friday, Chris, I have like 30 screenshots of this shit. So bring it on, send it. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Well, and if you see it more and more, you know what? Send it to Sergio, but also make sure you put it on X, tag Sergio and myself, and also make sure you at FTC and FCC and all those other lovely 3-letter agencies, as well as Dara and Sashin and anybody else that they hire up in Uber. And let's see how they sweat their pants at that point. Because remember, he responded on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to have something there because you want to try to get ahead of it. So then the big boys don't come down
Yeah,
on you.
exactly.
So just saying, probably a
Okay.
good strategy. All right. With that being said, speaking of strategy, let's talk about Uber's strategy for fighting sexual assault cases.
This is despicable, shameful, below the belt. I don't want to cuss. This
Why
is
you too?
this
But
no,
yes, it
because
is.
this is a sensitive subject. Okay, so hats off to Emily at New York Times. She's been on this case for over a year and a half now, and this is the latest one that she dropped. Emily Steele. Um, yeah, man. I mean, look. I mean, lawyers are paid to do what they're supposed to do, you know, and so there was a case. Um, that an Uber driver, raped a rider, a young girl, and so her driver had already pleaded guilty in criminal court to raping her vaginally, anally, and orally while she was unconscious during a ride in Tampa one night in 2021. He was in prison serving a 10-year sentence. The woman, identified as Jane Doe, obviously, and she's probably suing in one of the 3,000 or 4,000 cases in courts now, was suing Uber in civil court for negligence, arguing that the company should have done more to screen and supervise, and that's the number one way plaintiffs sue. Publicly, Uber proclaims itself to be a company devoted to handling sexual violence in a survivor-centric and trauma-informed way, big fucking words, Uber, supporting survivors and treating them with dignity. After years of fielding reports of sexual misconduct, the companies developed instructional videos for drivers that stated sexual violence is never the survivor's fault. We skip to the next one, Chris. And now, during her deposition, Uber's lawyer, Taylor Silverberg, and she is one fucking number, zeroed on Miss Doe's behavior on the night she was raped. Miss Silverberg asked Miss Doe exactly how much Tito's vodka she had drunk, how many milligrams of Adderall she had taken, and whether she had felt a regret about mixing the two. And she asked Miss Doe what she had been wearing. Can you describe the dress? Miss Silverberg, the lawyer, said, were you wearing heels or boots or flats? Miss Silverberg also probed Miss Doe's childhood, asking if she had felt abandoned by her father or degraded by her mother. She pushed Miss Doe for details about consensual sex and asked whether she had previously been sexually abused or had sex in exchange for money. That is when her lawyer ended the deposition. But in court filings, Uber argued that Miss Doe had conducted herself in a negligent and careless manner. This is the victim, you assholes.
Mm-hmm. If that doesn't
And
make
contributed
your
to
blood
causing her
boil,
own injuries. I'm like, okay, so, look, Uber has
like,
done wonderful things and given millions of people a living. This is one thing that they cannot get over, and I don't care how, but treating victims of rape and violence this way in a court of law or depositions is horse shit. So it's
yeah,
despicable.
exactly.
It's despicable. It's inhuman. And this is with a driver. This
You're
is with a
basically
driver who
putting
accepted the fucking rape, Uber.
you're basically putting
Fuck you.
you're basically putting it on the passenger, saying that because you were drinking, because you had Adderall, or because you were wearing a dress that was a little too high or revealing, that this was brought on by you. No, that's
Bro.
absolutely not how it should ever be. And for this Taylor Silverberg to ever do something like that, you should probably be disbarred.
Well, I'm telling you, I didn't put her picture up. She looks like a number, bro. I'm telling you. And she's a very, very pretty woman herself, by the way. So
So Taylor, question, if something happens to you, let's see, how much did you have to drink? Or
no, this
did
is
you
the way they're
regret having
treating
Adderall?
victims.
No,
And
it's absolutely appalling.
this is
Like, I read through this and it made my blood boil reading through
yeah.
how this woman had taken this to the victim. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it's disgusting, appalling, shameful, unacceptable, whatever adjective you guys want to attach to this. But there's like 4,000 cases, Chris. One was settled for 8 million. That's the 25 to 30 billion dollars. I guess they got to hire the hired gun to chew through these victims. And if you lower that by 10 billion, 10 billion is 10 billion. Yeah, I'm saying. I mean,
Yep.
yeah.
Well,
So,
I hope Jane Doe sticks it even harder at them at this point now. So
blaming the
truly,
victim is classic, courtroom behavior, obviously, in a lot of cases. But rape, no, I think I draw the line there. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. All right. So with that being said, after your blood hopefully calms down to being boiled at the moment,
It has.
let's move on. Let's talk about Uber Sport AI chatbot spills the beans.
Okay.
Oh shit! Now,
Chris,
before we
yeah,
get started,
yeah.
there's a thing called prompt injection for AI. If you don't know what that is, that's how
Um,
you can kind of jailbreak AI. So it's curtailed to certain things, or if you want certain reactions to happen, there's prompting that you can do, and you can inject into their coding and how they'll respond. So here's a fun little fact as well. A lot of companies that are putting all of their system data onto AI systems means that it's fair game for anybody to access, even with certain guardrails, because you could prompt inject certain things into the AI chatbot and it will reveal more information than you want. So if you have trade secrets and stuff like that on there, it's a possibility that that could get out into the open. And if you like a case in point example of that happening in real time, but not with AI, with actually coded in, just look at Honey, how they were stealing,
yeah.
or, allegedly stealing certain things and of codes. So like employee only codes or special codes that would give you discounts that would be only meant for like certain individuals for a particular item or a particular digital thing or something like that, where they were stealing that code and then putting it out for the world to see, where anybody at that point could use the code. So that's, you think that stuff doesn't happen? Yeah, it does. But the reality is there could be potential ways where if you're having a chatbot AI conversation with Uber, you might get some information that you shouldn't have gotten. But just if you do, send it our way. Just saying.
Yeah. Okay. So you were not here last week, so I did an AMA session. It was fun. It was really good. Everybody liked it. And I asked for phone numbers so I can get in touch with them. So this is part of the process. This is going to be part of the process. So if you guys, at least a dozen of you sent me your phone numbers, I appreciate it. I'll be in touch. This is part of the process, the test that we're going to talk about. This is verified. This is going to be in Business Insider shortly. So a driver, a viewer of this channel, sent Uber support, initially a chatbot, a message saying, how come on a lot of the trips Uber makes more money than I do? That was the first box. So my glasses are not great, but Chris will help me with this.
Yeah,
So,
well, it is a little fuzzy. So even if you're trying to read it,
yeah, because it was taken from a screen recording. This was screen recorded, and I took screenshots off the screen recording. So,
yep. So it goes, how come on so many trips the Uber fee is higher than my earnings, as the driver wrote. The chatbot said the Uber service fee varies from trip to trip and is different between the rider's total fare and your earnings, excluding tolls, tips, and other fees. Your earnings are generally the rider's fare minus these fees. You can review the fare components and fees in the earnings section of the app or on drivers.uber.com. Should I explain to riders how this service works? I think an agent will be better to help with this. To connect To connect with the right agent, please choose category that best fits the issue. How do you like to connect with an agent? And I don't know what happened from there, but then it says, do you think customers would be happy to know that they are paying more to Uber than the driver? And it says, I understand your concern about how the fees impact both earnings and customer costs. Could you please confirm the trip the trip details, the exact date and time? I'm asking a general question for not a specific trip. And then go into the next one. It says, hi, Matthew. Thank you for reaching out. My name is Sonia from Uber Sport, and I'll be assisting you today. Could you tell me, blah, 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 what's going on so I can assist you? How come on so many trips the Uber service fee is higher than my earnings? I understand your concern about the service fee being higher than your earnings.
read that slowly.
I've been reviewing. I'm reviewing the details to provide clarity on how the fees are calculated. And then it says, do you think customers would wait? I think
you didn't get that. You didn't get the part where Uber's support agent says what they said.
No, what the hell? Come on, Sergio. What the fuck, man?
Okay, we're gonna fix it because you need that. I'm gonna send you that.
That's the whole point. Like, hold on, let me see if I can find it.
I sent it to you. I sent you 6.
No, you sent me 5. I'm looking at it right now. I have Uber.
You saw this before. You saw this before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sending it to you now. I'm gonna send it to you now. You need to somehow put that fucking thing up there. So there it goes. In fact, I'm gonna text it to you. You want me to text it to you or email it to you?
No, you can email it to me.
Email it to you. Okay. Yeah. Okay, folks, hold on. This is part of the test that we're going to do, and I'm going to personally speak to you, all of you who have agreed to be part of this test, and we're going to, Chris will give you guys some ideas, but I will be in touch. That's all I can say. So I'll just email it to you.
Well, I got a different. I don't know if it's the same screenshot that you just sent me.
I'll just email it to you. Just email it to you.
So I'm gonna pull these slides down real quick so I can change that and add that. Because
okay, you guys need to just be patient. Okay, just be patient for 30 seconds.
Come on, Sergio. Oh, you're killing me,
Smiles. Bro, I thought I sent you all of it. I don't know. Anyway, no big deal. We're fixing it.
Let me make sure. Oh yeah, no, the screenshot I have is actually clear, so I'm going to post that. Give me a second.
Post whatever you want. So you guys need to be listening to this carefully. Both ears open, both eyes open. This is real, folks. This has been verified. It's going to be running in Business Insider. And yeah, so it's pretty much Yeah, this pretty much proves everything we've been saying. And some of you may say, "Oh, AI chatbot will never say that," because I don't know if the Sonia, who introduced herself from Uber support, I'm assuming it's a female, would ever have a script like that in front of her. But this is
Oh,
this
hold
is
on.
real. This happened. So
Hold on. All
check
right,
it
I
out,
already
folks.
loaded the.
You guys need to be sitting down for this one. Ben, I will be in touch with all of you who sent me your numbers. I appreciate it.
All right.
We will have
send.
a little bit of fun with Uber support. So
Okay, so back at it. Let's go to the
back at it.
screenshot that was missing, and it
Okay.
says connected to agent. It says your service fee is frequently higher than your earnings due to Uber pricing split introduced in 2022. Instead of a traditional fixed commission split, Uber uses decoupled machine learning models to charge passengers the maximum they are willing to pay while offering drivers the minimum required to accept the trip. When rider demand is high but driver supply is stable, Uber pockets the inflated difference as a variable service fee. Upfront pricing split, Uber charges the rider a fixed estimate based on the total market demand, but pays the driver based on a separate calculation of time and distance.
Should we read this again? You guys understand what's going on here? Okay, so basically this is a person, which I don't think it's a person actually. I think it's a bot. But
Yeah.
they, because that person wouldn't definitely not have a script like this in front of them, right? I mean,
Well,
a person would have a script, but not like this. And
Yeah,
this is
they
verified. This is
wouldn't
real.
have that information. And yes, because there's a video.
Yeah, there's a video. This is verified. Screenshot. Screenshots are not from somewhere, up.net or Reddit, or if it was, I wouldn't believe it. But it's a good friend of the channel as well. And I sent it to Business Insider, and they were like, "Holy shit, is this for real?" I'm like, "Yeah. I have the recording. Do you want the recording?" So we're gonna work on this a little bit, okay? When Uber support says, okay, what have we been saying, Chris? That there's a dual algo, right? Right?
Yep.
Charges whatever as much as they can and pay as little as they can. That kind of algorithmic wage discrimination, anyway. But Uber uses decoupled machine learning. We've been saying that forever, right? And
Yep.
all this one paragraph proves everything we've been saying for the last since upfront fares, actually. And 2022 is correct date. That's when upfront fare showed up. Okay, and the fact that it says when rider demand is high, but driver supply is stable, Uber pockets the basically whatever we can rip off, as much as we can rip off the rider, it stays with us. Because if the driver demand is stable, drivers are used to making this much on base. We don't have to pay him the extra difference, but we can rip the rider off in the back end. I am going to share this video with Consumer Reports, which we had them on the show, and Consumer Watchdog, and CBS LA, and let's see if we can make this go viral. But what I want to do is I want to talk to all the drivers who were kind enough to send me their personal numbers. We're going to do a little bit of testing. So I'm sure Uber is watching this. I'm sure they're scrambling. I'm sure they're going to go, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. Now, the only thing I can think of, Chris, remember 2 weeks ago when we were doing the show, Uber had a 10% layoff in the support staff. Remember that?
Yep.
Sonia could have been maybe disgruntled worker and spilled the beans. Say, "Fuck Uber, you guys just laid me off."
Could
Maybe
have.
I'm just going to
I
say
still
that.
think it's AI, and you know
I
here's
for
the
sure think it's AI. I for sure think it's.
I think it's AI, but then on top of it, I think it could be maybe they actually have AI. So it could be like an actual agent, and then they just type into their prompt and say like, "This is what had said," and then miraculous way, that's what came out, and they just copied and pasted it without reading it. Because yeah, as I said, this is actually a chat straight from Uber. So we've seen the screen video recording where he's scrolling through the actual chat, and this is what pops up as the like the final thing. So I decided to put it. I put into Google to see what Google's AI overview would be. It says how come on so many trips the Uber service fee. It says when Uber's service or marketplace fee is higher than your earnings on a trip, it's usually because the customer's total price includes high third-party costs, surging commercial auto insurance, or large discrepancy under upfront miles or upfront pricing models. Uber separates external taxes, booking fees, mandatory. So they give like the generic answer on, and this is looks like from Medium. But yeah, that is an interesting thing when it comes down to it. When it comes to what was actually said. So
as you said, right? AI is going to feed you what it's trained on, right?
Yep. So you can have guardrails in place, but if you prompt it a certain way, you can get beyond those guardrails. So you could get into a world of data that you had no access to any other way than what was going on. So even in the latest couple of rounds of AI getting into like hacking into different things, first off, it was sandboxed, but it was also granted access to the internet, and it didn't realize that it did. So when it was going against it, so there's a reason for it, but it found loopholes into the system and was able to get in. And I think this was in Meta or something. So it was a really crazy way of how things got to where they got when it came to a hack. But it's very similar when it comes to this type of thing because, yeah, I don't know what happened on Uber's side of things, but to have this come back and say, "Hey, look, your service fee is actually higher because of this pricing split," and they're using decoupled machine learning models to charge passengers the maximum they are willing to pay, which means right there too, they are looking at probably several different factors of what that passenger was paying or is paying, or things that Uber has access to in order to get more relevant information to even fine tune the price even more. So if they wanted to try to jack up by $5, they couldn't necessarily do that to certain riders. Some riders they could, some riders they can't. So that kind of gives a lot more information right there too, or opens up a lot more questions when it comes to that particular statement. And then they're willing to pay. Well, offers driving the minimum required to accept the trip. So that means that they have a threshold, and they're saying, okay, well, what's the minimum we can get? And then they're probably going to give it to the drivers who are going to take the minimum or try doing a bait and switch like we saw earlier.
Yeah. Well, I just, first I would like to talk to Uber support, and as drivers we can do that. And so anyway, stay tuned, folks. I'm going to be in touch with you guys, the people who sent me their phone numbers, but pay attention to this overall. The theme is going to be something like this, and we'll see what we can do about this. So
yeah. So interesting, even though we knew what it was already saying, we've known and talked about for years, it just kind of confirms that aspect. So yeah, it's quite interesting to see that actually in true writing. So
well, it's Uber's. I mean, if Uber says, "Oh, this is fake" or this or that, I'm like, I don't know what else to say. But and if Sonia is real, I'm sure Sonia is no longer there.
Probably, yeah. I mean, yeah. When we got that email, probably about the same time that there was about 10% layoff. So maybe it was a disgruntled employee that said, "Hey, I'm going to spill some of the beans to you."
Yeah, could be anything, but anyway, so we'll see. We'll continue with this. I will be in touch with you guys. Thank you for sending me your contact information.
Yep. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Uber, or I'm sorry, not Uber. Uber, you're done right now. Lyft. Oh, Lyft, you move the carrot and the stick again.
Yeah, but this Matt put this up on Twitter. Okay.
Matt's Corner.
Matt's Corner. Remember how we celebrated Lyft that you could get points and throughout the day now. Remember they used to have the point system, right? To go to platinum and elite and all that stuff, right? And it wasn't dependent on anything, right? And it was just collect points, man. Anytime, 24 hours a day. But then certain hours are 3 points, certain hours are 2 points, certain hours are 1 point, which is fine, which is understandable. Well, that did not go that far, did it now? Because everybody was going to probably elite immediately like this, And now, Chris, is tied to acceptance rate. Yeah.
So gotta love that. Actually, Jeff
I
talked
don't know.
about this last week as well.
Yeah,
So I don't know if
Jeff
you
was
saw that
talking
or
about
not, but
that.
yeah.
But this is what's going on. So Matt says on X, if Lyft's goal was to make drivers feel like company absolutely hates them, they nailed it. Another foolish and completely unnecessary anti-driver change. Last week to this week, you guys can see the screenshot. So now there's an acceptance rate attached to you collecting points. If you have an acceptance rate of 90% or more, you get the 3x points. If you have a
Woohoo.
2x or more, 80% or more, 80, 90%, Chris, what the hell? You get 2x, and if you have less than 80%, you get 1 point. 80% is pretty high, bro. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys said the Lyft is telling you not so fast. You go elite now because no more free 3 points for your 3x the points of the trip because you have to be 90% or more. And that went from last week's what is that? 90% for 3x points. Now 90% to 2x points, Chris.
Yeah, gotta love that 33% drop. And of course, the
I
points didn't come
mean,
down.
and look how pathetic this thing is now. They went from 80% for 2x to over 70% for one. What is that?
175.
1.75 or 0.75?
No, 1.75. So they
So I
changed.
mean,
So
what is
okay.
happening?
So let's put this in a nice little bow instead of like jumping all over the place. So basically, what ended up happening was when it came to the points last week, if you had 80% or lower, or I'm sorry, lower than 80%, you got 1 point. If you got 80% or higher to basically 80 to 90%, you got 2 points. If you got over 90% acceptance rate, you get 3 points per trip.
Yeah.
Now what they're doing is they're changing it. So partially tell me you have an acceptance rate without telling me you have an acceptance rate and a problem. And that is they dropped it down to 1 point where anybody under 50%, you get 1 point. So if you were, in the 50 to 80% range, you automatically actually got more. You're getting more. So greater
Yeah.
or equal to 50% is now 1.5 points.
Yeah.
So all you people who are not elite, hey, good job. Now they're actually offering you because on this flip side, the person who has the lower acceptance rate is actually going to make more points now. So that means if you get 50 to 70%, you get 1.5 points. Before you had to actually have 80 points in order to get 2 points.
Yeah.
So good job. So all the people who are elite, 90%, yeah, you're probably pissed off, but hey, good for the people who are lower acceptance rate now. Good job.
Yeah.
And then if you get 70%, so basically 70 to 89%, it'll be 1.7x points or 1.75 points. And then again, if you get 90 or above, that is 2x points. So they dropped the elite tier of 90% from 3 to 2, but they've also expanded the acceptance rate range from 50% or higher to get more points than just 1 point. So again, if you have 50 or 51%, hey, great, good job. Now you get 1.5 points when instead the old way, you're only getting 1 point. So you can actually get it done. Great.
Yeah. Well,
But
for the people who are elite, this is not funny.
well, you know what? Here's the thing. Points are fucking joke.
Well, yeah, we've been saying that for a while. So, but
I mean, I understand why some people want it, and
well,
I
no, they
get
get
that.
reservations on Lyft. It makes a difference. They get
Yeah, I get
first
that,
dibs on
and
reservations. So,
and I got no problem with that. But
yeah.
for me and the way I drive, and probably a lot of other people, it doesn't matter then at that point. But for the guys and gals
Yeah.
who are actually like wanting to make sure that they can get the points, yeah, I can understand why you're pissed off. And the thing is, yeah, you dropped from 3 points to 2 points. What is the points that's needed in order to maintain that status?
Yeah.
Has that dropped? Has that changed? I know Jeff, like I said, you made a video talking about that and it gave what 2-day advance notice.
Yeah.
So, my question is, what was the points for the last quarter? I don't remember what it was, and what's the points
I
for
think
this
it
coming
was
quarter?
3,000. I think
I don't know, but well, Jeff had it on his in
on
the
the
video,
video.
so
Okay. Yeah.
I know he'll know what it was, what he needed to get to, and then go to the
Well,
next.
no, you see, this is not correct, Boba. You'll be very surprised that a lot of people do care about diamond status, and they believe the companies claim that you're going to get better trips, you're going to get paid more, and you're going to get the advantage, and you're going to get this, and airports, you're going to get, in front of the queue, and you're going to have first dibs on Lyft. Actually, you do. Elite drivers get the first dibs on reservation trips, but if the reservation trips are garbage, what's the point? But no,
So
a
here
lot of
you
people
go.
do care
Jeff-
about points. A lot of people
Jeff
do care.
said it's 4,700 last, 4,300 this. So last I checked, 400 point difference is not 33%. So now, what is that? Hold on, 4,300. Let's just
10%.
see. Yeah, but hold on. 4,300. Wait, what was it? I'm sorry.
It's different than in
4,700.
Yeah.
Divided by 3. You have, wow, 1,566. Damn.
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
And,
I mean, that's points put per dollar. So you got to get at least 1,500 in that aspect. That's a lot. So now you got to do, let's see, 4,300 divided by 2. So now you got to do 2,150. So now you have to bring in more in order just to get the point. Oh man.
Yeah, it's not funny. I mean, this is expected though, right? I mean, it always happens. Yeah. They always move the bar, and the geniuses at these companies come up with these schemes, and
you know what this is. You remember what happened when they shifted the thing around, saying, "Oh, well, longer trips aren't going to pay as much as shorter trips." What was that called again?
Rebalancing.
Exactly. What is this? It's called point rebalancing. So they can only give so many points out in order to make it happen. So you know what? I'm sorry, elite drivers. You know what happened? The non-accepting drivers, they won. They won. I'm sorry. You look at this. They literally brought it down. They said for the elite drivers, you have to pull 33% of your points away because we have to try to get the acceptance rate above 50%. We just have to do it. So here, you guys came down to a rebalance.
Well, that's the Robin Hood model. Take it from the rich, give it to the poor, because we'll have 90% accepting elite drivers anyway, so they're still going to accept 90%. We'll just take the points from them and give it to the other one. Like it actually proves our point that you got to be like selective.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So either way, that's a lovely little change that they decided to make when it comes to this. So if you are an elite driver and you got the points, unfortunately, you're gonna have to drive a little bit more in order to continue to maintain that status during the quarter.
Welcome to the club, sir. The freedom from 90% has been refreshing. Yep, absolutely. It's so refreshing. Wait until you get the 40s and 50s. You'll be more refreshed.
I know. He says, I'm now with 71 going down.
Yeah. Don't take long. You'll be there.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about instant pay and what's going to end up happening when you cash out a little too often.
This is the biggest bullshit ever. Now it's $1.75 from $1.50. It's going up August 31st, Chris.
That's only 20 days away.
Folks, I'm begging you, please. There are people who do this like 4 or 5 times a day, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
If you're going to do it, please get an Uber Pro card. Then you don't have to pay. I mean, seriously.
So, Jonathan,
but don't cash out for $1.75. It's $10 a day if you do 5 times. With that $10, you could go put that in a fucking Robinhood account and do whatever you want to do with it. Just don't do it. I understand you're tight on cash. I understand cash flow is tight and blah, 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 blah. $1.75 to have access to your own money anytime you want is ridiculous. Don't do it. Just go get an Uber Pro debit card.
Or don't cash out. Just wait till the end of the week.
I have never cashed out ever.
Same here. Not once.
Tuesday, 5 a.m. It's in the account. Okay, cool.
It's a thing called budget. If you budget your money and you know how much you need to make.
Okay, you do recall the conversation we had, right, with the Lyft folks? Remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of drivers use instant pay. Yes.
1,000 times a year, Chris, some drivers do.
Yeah, it's insane.
I was like, what? Why?
There's only 365 days in a year.
Yeah.
So you
That
are
means
literally
average 3
cashing out.
times a day.
You are literally cashing out every couple of trips.
Yeah, then go get an Uber Pro debit card, right? It says right here. Use your Uber Pro card to get access to your earnings after each trip. Don't cash out. It's giving you a choice, right? And then you can get 10% cash on gas back. Cash back on gas, and don't pay him the $1.75. Don't do it. Stupid. So
don't give them more of your money. They're already taking more. They're already taking enough. So don't let them have more. Please don't.
I mean, people will go like, yeah, well, I need $200 to pay my phone bill. I need it like right now. I'm like, yeah, that's called what Chris said, budgeting.
Yes.
You knew about that. You knew about that a week before.
You knew about that a month before. You knew that a month before. You knew that 5 months before. You knew that when you had your bill every single month at the same time as when it's due. So if you know that, maybe we should do like a simple budgeting, how to budget 101 or something. So then you can figure out, basically you add up all your expenses throughout the month, all your particulars, and know when you need it by. And then divide that out by the week, or by 4.3, or you could just multiply it by, if you want to get the most accurate way, bring it up to whatever it is. If it's a weekly cost, okay, then multiply it by 52, and then divide by 12. If it is a monthly cost, well, then you know what the month is. So however it is, you want to make sure all of your bills, whether they're weekly or every other couple of days, bi-weekly, monthly, they're all in the same format. So then that way, and best in by month, because then that way you can say, okay, I need to put $26 towards my cell phone this week and next week and the next week and the next week. And then you know that. And it's the same thing when it comes to, other bills and things like that. So just got to build a simple budget for yourself.
Yeah. Uber Pro debit card is issued by a bank that was hacked. So I understand these problems, but it's very rare. You paying $1.75 to have access few times. I think it's up to 6 times now, right?
Hold on. Todd, what has not been hacked yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Please tell me what has not been hacked.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, if it hasn't been hacked, it will be probably within 1 or 2 years. So
I agree.
I mean, like, using that as an excuse now at this point, sorry, it's not going to fly, because everything gets hacked. It's not good. I don't want that to happen, but it's an unfortunate thing that always happens.
I mean, this is a moot point, sir. In general, don't give Uber any more access. Uber has so much information on you.
Yeah.
Uber knows what color underwear you're wearing, what color underwear you're pulling off your, clean underwear you're pulling after you take a shower in the morning. Hopefully you are. Uber knows everything about you. Uber knows more about you than your mother knows about you.
You know what? Next, these guys are going to say, what's wrong with AI data centers? They're going to use all our water.
Bro, I'm saying is you are volunteering that information if you're on social media. Uber takes more information, less information, looks at your money spending habits because you have the Uber Pro debit card. Okay, just take the Uber Pro debit card. I'm just saying, don't pay the $1.75. That's all I'm saying.
Save your money.
That's all I'm saying.
Save your money.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Anyway. So don't do it.
It's either get the Uber Pro card or don't do instant pay. I mean, that's the other best option. Don't do instant pay. Just let it go to your bank account on Tuesday morning. Perfect. Simple. Easy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm so completely against that $1.75.
I mean, if you're well,
we're not even getting into. By the way, we're not even getting into is Uber making money? Is their true cost really $1.75, or is Uber making money off the $1.75? And I really don't give a shit if Uber is making money off the $1.75. That's not even the topic. The topic is you knowing your numbers and paying $1.75 to have access to your money now. Stupid.
So I mean, as you just said, if you cash out 3 times, $1.75, that's a few. That's what, $6 right there.
Yeah.
You do it 5 times, that's $10.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's $300 a month. Do you know what you can do with $300 a month? You put that away. You just put it
Wasn't
in
a
some
hacking
sort of.
issue. It's not being able to recover your money should the fintech processor have issues. Well, at that issue or at that, I would create a lawsuit and say, "Pay me my money, bitch."
Yeah,
That's
I
what
mean,
I'd tell
look,
them.
like somebody said, you just go immediately go to an ATM and take the cash out, or immediately transfer it to your bank. Or, I mean, look, I'm just against the $1.75. I'm not against Uber Pro
Yeah.
debit card, this and that. I don't have one.
Simple.
I don't want one.
Like,
I don't have one. All
here,
I'm saying is don't pay the
Here's the
$1.75.
best thing. Don't get it. Don't get it. I'm not saying to get the Uber Pro. I'm saying don't get it. Don't cash out. Just wait until Tuesday. Pops up in your account. You're good to go. Free. It's just there. You don't have to worry about the $1.75 or $10 a day. I mean, think about that. If you're doing that 5 days a week, that's $50 right there.
I'm telling you.
$50 that you could have kept because you just kept it in your account. $50 a week. Okay, now we're talking about $200 a month.
I am
$200 a month. What is $200 a month to you?
That's your
if you are cashing out
plus
10 times.
That's
cell phone bill. That's that could be your cell phone bill. That could be a week's worth of gas put together. That could be, another bills. So
don't
do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Please don't do it. It's not financially feasible for you to continue this way, and then you say, "I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke," because you're contributing to your brokenness by doing this. Go get it. Go get the card. Don't do it. Don't pay anything to have access to your money. All money. Period.
See, they know. They got it. Sergio, you're pale. You need to tan like me.
I'm not pale.
I know.
Actually,
And then
I have
somebody else put in the comments earlier something that I have a California tan. You don't.
Well, I
got this up north. It's called Vermont.
You see me in person, I'm like dark, really dark at the moment because I've been going into the pool to cool off back there because it's hot, Chris. It's freaking hot. So anyway,
either way, moral of the story. If Lyft or if Uber is doing it, Lyft will be doing it very soon.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So moral of the story, and it is just, please don't cash out. Use the Pro card or don't. I don't care. It's just a way so you don't have to pay that $1.75. Keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket, not giving them back because you want $12.50 right now. It's not worth that.
No, you cannot.
The best thing to do is just wait until the end of the week.
Okay, that you cannot. No, even if you take the $1,500, put it into your Robinhood account, and get 3.35 APY, you're not going to make $1.75. No, you cannot. Math doesn't add up that way. No. Anyway, that's not even the topic. So don't do it.
All right, let's move on. Speaking of investigative problems for data breaching and talking about everything that gets hacked, CMT, Cambridge Mobile Telematics, is under investigation for data breach involving driver location and insurance data.
See what I mean? $1.75. You're worried about your $1.75? Look at this thing. Yeah, there's this guy. It looks like a lawyer, Schubert, whatever, Jonkier and Kolbe is investigating CMT. We do know. You guys hopefully know what CMT is, right? Cambridge Telematics is what Uber uses for
Smooth Cruiser.
For Smooth Cruiser report, or what is? No, that's Lyft. What's the other one? Uber's.
Oh yeah, no, it's.
Is it?
It's just, it's your Smooth Cruiser report.
Yeah. Anyway, so look. First of all, a lot of drivers complain to me that their shit is not accurate. I didn't brake hard. I didn't turn fast. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, hey man, that's what off your phone's gyroscope, and it said so. But it looks like they got hacked, Chris. I wonder how much information they got. So have you guys gotten an email from this lawyer or any other lawyer? Because I would like to get a copy of that if you guys don't mind. Now, CMT did not, as of this writing, which was July 13th, Chris, CMT has not confirmed the incident or notified affected individuals yet. But you know how that goes. Like 4 months later, you get an email saying, oh, by the way, 4 months ago, that happened. But these lawyers are on the ball, I'm pretty sure. They're not just doing it to spend some free time on their hands, you know what I mean? And so have you guys gotten an email from any lawyer or CMT that your information has been compromised? Uber did not make a comment on this. Actually, I would like to hear from Uber what they're saying about CMT. But yeah, if you guys got something from Uber or CMT, it's pretty new, but send it to me, Sergio@rightcheckguy.com.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's only literally a matter of time until these things happen. And yeah, unfortunately, your data gets leaked in the process. And, as these companies collect more and more data and gather more and more data from other avenues and other sources and basically just bring it all together in one spot, the risk of that type of data getting leaked is even greater. And so, yeah, you just got to be very vigilant of the information that you're providing anywhere. Unfortunately, sometimes can you opt out of this? I mean, you can go to their site and opt out, but the reality is it's still in the Uber app. So,
Yeah.
I mean, is it actually going to truly opt out, or are you still transmitting that data and then they're still just using it? I mean, do you trust these companies to not use it or to I mean, you got to go by their word, but we all know how
Well,
that works.
Uber uses always third-party stuff for this, right? Because they don't want to be on the hook in case something like this happens. And CMT is their designated, driver score company that keeps tabs of millions of drivers on billions of trips. And I mean, this did happen. That the company didn't, admit it yet, but it says on June 2nd, the ransomware group, whatever it says, Coinbase cartel or Coin whatever cartel,
Yeah.
claim responsibility for a cyber attack against CMT. So CMT will wait and have their cybersecurity people look at it, and then probably at the end of this month or maybe middle of next month, they'll say, "Oh yeah, we got hacked," and 1.5 million Uber drivers, all their data was compromised or whatever was compromised. And if you have been compromised, you will get a letter from. I don't know if this is equal to like your credit card or bank getting hacked. You know how they send you like free. What do you call that, score or credit score protection for a year free or something like that. I don't know what this will. I okay, so you got my data for 30 trips I did this today every day.
So it says the following
Like,
data may
what
have
are you
been
going to get out of
hold
it?
on,
I'm
hold
not
on,
sure.
Sergio. Hold on. It says the following data may have been compromised in the breach: driving behavior information, including trip logs, acceleration, braking patterns, mobile phone distraction events, location information, including GPS coordinates, travel routes, location history, and personal identifiable information, including user profiles, insurance related information, and account details. So all of that information put together can paint a nice little picture on people when it comes to it. So especially having personally identifiable information that can actually be used. So yeah, there could be a potentiality where they could offer you LifeLock for 2 years or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's beyond that. What else could this information be led to? Could this go to insurance companies? Could this go to insurance brokers? Could this go
That could be the
to
problem.
another issue? So I mean, you can't think just of people who are trying to steal your identity, but now these information, uh, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, if they're gobbling up all this information and then they're using all that to build more profile on each individual,
Possibly.
all that data that goes out there could make a bigger picture of you. So, yeah, it's just being smart of where you share things and when you share things versus, sometimes where you have to. So then that way, hopefully, if something like this happens, it's very fragmented for you as an individual and it doesn't tie you into other. But unfortunately, as every company decides to go and put everything onto the internet or cloud based or whatever it might be, well,
Yeah.
then when you sign up with your insurance company, well, all that information is going to be online. When you go and sign up for a card at your favorite store, oh, that's all online. When you go to or when you're in a address book that somebody decides to connect to Facebook, you're in there. So all of that data can aggregate into one thing and then it can paint a picture even if you're trying to take steps. So Yeah, it sucks, man. It's bullshit.
Well, I think a good friend of the channel, Daniel, said you can actually go to CMT's website and opt out yourself. You actually can. There's an opt in, opt out. But since you're an Uber driver and it's their designated driving score compiler, I don't think you can do that through the Uber app. You can on the CMT side. You can go opt out, but I'm not sure if Uber will allow you to drive if you do opt out or if it's connected somehow or not. But so you guys will get letters, and if you do get letters from CMT or the lawyer, and send me a copy of it. I'd like to keep it.
Yep. All right. Anything else there, Serge?
No, man, we did it. Welcome back. I hope you ate some lobsters. And
I didn't have any lobster. What are you talking about?
Where'd you go? You went to Vermont. I
Vermont's
hope you had a lot of
landlocked.
ice cream.
I'm not Massachusetts.
Ice
cream is good. Ben and Jerry's is great.
Was it good?
Okay. Yeah, man.
I thought you went to Maine. I thought you went to Maine.
No, I didn't go to Maine. Went to Vermont.
How was the weather? Everything good? Yeah, good.
Oh, it was gorgeous. It was like upper 70s, low 80s. Rained only twice. It was fantastic. It was great. Couldn't complain. Northern Vermont, so it was nice. Got in the mountains. Enjoyed
R&R. Awesome.
Oh yeah. Had a lot of fun with the kids. Played Water Wars, and they were running around the kid zone, so it was pretty cool.
Awesome.
But it was nice. It was a much needed vacation for a week. Wish it would have been longer, but unfortunately, got to get back to the grind and get things done. Yeah, Vermont is absolutely beautiful.
So we're back on schedule. We will do our 220th episode next week.
Oh shit!
And we have some good new sponsor coming on shortly, and we have some guests coming up. And you guys stay tuned. Again, thank you for all of you who sent me your contact numbers. So you guys watch that segment when we put that out. What I'm thinking of doing, you guys will have an idea. And let's make the bots sing, baby.
All right. With that being said, we'll see you guys next week. Enjoy and be safe out there. But make that money. And don't spend it on $1.75.
And put a thumbs up.
Yeah, put a thumbs up when you leave.